Greetings and welcome to the Halloween edition of the Sliders Review. Alright, let's address the elephant in the room. I know it's not Halloween. Alright, that's long past. But when it came to my Halloween videos, I ran out of time and I couldn't upload everything I wanted to. So that's why I'm uploading them past Halloween. But if you stop and look at it like this, at some point in time, it's gonna be Halloween time again, October. So somebody eventually will stumble upon my videos and watch it around Halloween time. So yeah, and I'm here today to talk to you about Crazyheads. This show lasted for one season and it came out in 2016, and it's a British supernatural horror like demon type show. You can find it in America on Netflix. I've talked about this show, probably episode 1 and 2, about 2 years ago, but I never actually talked about it in full. And so, like, it's a comedy horror, like, I really won't even say action, because there's really no action, like, show. It lasted for 6 episodes, and they was an hour each. And it got canceled. I think the show's pretty like fun. It's okay. There's some really nice humor in there. There are times sometimes the humor doesn't like land sometimes, but sometimes there's just way too much humor. It's like every couple of minutes there's something humorous happen. Either somebody says something or somebody does something. There is really no action in this demonic demon type show, where you have these two demon hunters. You have, well, first let me say who's created by. The show is, who is this show? Oh, it's created by Howard Overman, and it stars that Susie Wokoma, and she plays Raquel, and she's half demon, half human, and she's a demon hunter. And she's befriended by that of Amy, played by Cara Theobald. And so, like, basically what it is that, like, Raquel, since she's half demon and everything, her demon father told her, oh, you know, there's this big, like, awakening that's supposed to happen, and there's this really bad, like, demon dude, and blah, 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 stuff like that. And it's your job, whatever, to, like, you know, defeat the demons and stuff. So it's kind of like Buffy. And so when it comes to Amy, she has the ability to see demons when they're in their human form. And she has visions of like the future. And so the thing about these demons is that like they have human form because they possess humans. But in their demonic form, they look pretty cool. Like, they look awesome. Only problem is you never see their demonic form. They're pretty much human throughout the entirety of the show. They only reveal their demon form for like a few seconds. So for that reason, it's just kind of annoying, because it's kind of like, even in Buffy, you saw more vampire faces and stuff. I think the show is okay, but I think it could have been a whole lot better. It got high reviews and praise and stuff like that. But for like a Buffy type ripoff, like Demon Slayer type show, there really wasn't that much demon slaying and stuff. And yeah, the demons in Charm looked human too. But the thing about those demons is that those demons was actually mean, evil, fierce. The demons here are kind of dopey. Like the head dude, Column, who is played by Tony Curran, he's pretty mean and ruthless and everything, but he still acts kind of like an awkward mob, like dopey kind of boss and everything. Like, what is it? Like, if he gets blood splattered on him, he like kind of like not necessarily freaks out, but he just says something in the most like, you know, dry-witted kind of way ever. And his minions are just typical mob like minions who are sarcastic and like dim-witted and make sly remarks, stuff like that. So it just feels weird knowing that these are supposed to be evil, demonic type people. And like he has like this one, the only female demon in the show really, Well, it's kind of another one, but like his main henchwoman, her name is Mercy, and for demons, she's the only one who has powers. For some bizarre reason, all the other ones don't have powers, and they have to use guns. But with her, all she has to do is kiss you on the lips, and you pass out. And the thing about her is that, the human body she possessed has a son. So for whatever reason, she's grown attached to like the son. But it's never explained why. Like there's a lot of stuff in this show that happens and it's never really explained. And you have to ask yourself why. And with 6 episodes, that's not enough to flesh out a series. There I don't know if there's really any character development, to tell you the truth, because it's only 6 episodes. I mean, yeah, the one character goes from being sad, depressed, and thinking she's crazy to, oh, there actually are demons and stuff. But other than that, there's really no character development. Like, the show goes at a somewhat steady pace, not too slow. But the main objective of like the demons is kind of like, okay, that makes sense. Like, you're gonna open up a portal to hell and all these demons are gonna come out and possess humans at this giant Halloween party you're throwing. Okay, that's different, that's new, that's interesting, why not? But the special effects of it just didn't seem all that particularly cool and everything. And then when it closed up, like you had no idea if anybody got possessed or not. Now, normally when somebody gets possessed, there's like a puff of like black smoke that goes in their mouth, but you don't see none of that at the party. So, for the most part, it's an okay show. It's enjoyable, but it is lackluster in terms of like development, story, and just like, execution and stuff. The two leads are great. I've seen Kara on like Zombo. My God, I love Zombo. It should have got a second season. I don't know what's up with her, man. She gets these shows that are supernatural and they only last for like a season. It totally sucks. The actress who plays Raquel, Susie, she is just like hilarious. And it's really cool that she is the lead because, she's a black woman who doesn't look the Buffy type. Like Kara looks like the Buffy type, but Susie doesn't. And I like how they changed that up. And so, like, when it's revealed who's her father, I'm just like, how the heck is this white dude your father and you're as dark as dark? But it turns out that the demon possessed, like, her father, knocked up the mom, and then that's how she became half demon. She doesn't have no demon features like Blade. So, she just looks completely human. Now, in terms of her demon slaying, it's bizarre. Like, there's never no hand-to-hand combat. Basically, what it is she carries around like, a retractable police stick and just whacks the crap out of them. But when she whacks them, she never kills them. She just lets them run off and she just like foul mouth at them and everything. And it's just kind of like, well, if you're a demon slayer, why aren't you slaying demons and everything? Why don't you have a bladed weapon? Why aren't you doing martial arts? Why aren't you doing something? And it's because it's a comedy. So it just kind of feels like a whimper when you're supposed to be this big bad like demon slayer and you're not slaying nobody. You're just cracking jokes and whacking them with a stick. And it's just kind of odd and bizarre. Also, when it comes to the big agenda of like the reveal of like the villain, now we already know the villain, like from the start, but both the women don't, because like when we see Kara and everything, not Kara, but when we see Amy and stuff, like she's talking to like the hospital therapist dude. He's the big bad. And Raquel even talks to him at time and stuff like that. And there's never no, because they don't even know he's the bad dude. They just know there's a bad dude out there. Now, Raquel calls her demons pricks. Why? Never explained. They don't have nothing prickly on them. But anyway. So they go out through the entire episode not knowing he's the bad guy until it's revealed in the 6th. But the reveal is kind of lame. This was so weird. Okay, so like Raquel falls in love with this one dude. This one dude knows her father, the demon, and he was tasked with protecting her, right? And so he pretended to befriend her and like be into her. Then when she find out that, he knows about demons and like, the dad sent her, she's pissed, but then she forgives him. He took a bullet for her. He's in the hospital. Turns out he's actually a demon himself, but nobody can see through his disguise because he holds it pretty well, just like the main bad dude. Sometimes demon will just let people see them, and then they don't let people see them because only like certain people can. But it's only when they get really excited or emotional they reveal themselves by mistake. And so like after talking to him, she bumps into like the main bad dude, the therapist, who she talked to a previous episode ago. But then she's giving the therapist dude weird looks, like she doesn't feel comfortable talking to him. And then he reveals himself, yeah, I'm the big bad guy. I'm just kind of like, well, that's it. That's the big reveal. You're just revealing yourself to her. It's not no. And then why was she uncomfortable around him, but never before? So it doesn't make no sense. Then with Amy at the party when she's looking for Raquel because Raquel has now been kidnapped, like he just walks up to her. He's like, I'm the bad guy. And it's just like, that's your big reveal to like the hero. Like you're just gonna reveal yourself like that, and it feels lame. Like I don't know if it was supposed to be funny or what, but it doesn't feel earned and built up. Like a lot of stuff doesn't feel earned in this. And so basically Raquel, she has a demon power. I don't know how the females have power, but the men don't. So Raquel is supposed to open like the portal of hell. And so they tie her up on this thing and she's dangling from a balcony. And there's tons of humans just dancing around. And some of them are demons, but most of them are just humans, right? And so the guy, Harry, who betrayed her, he is supposed to be the key to unlocking her power. But how exactly? And so it turns out that her power is only unleashed through rage. When she gets really pissed off, she's hollering and screaming, and sparks and fire goes everywhere. We've only seen this once, and she gets pretty emotional whenever she be betrayed and stuff. So turns out he's the key because he's supposed to fall in love with her. Then it's revealed that he's a demon, and then she's supposed to be so outraged that she unleashes her powers. Well, what's to say she's not going to be outraged by that? What if she's just like, whatever, I don't care? So that was kind of an odd reveal. At least with Dawn and Buffy, you had to bleed her and everything. So whatever, she's hooting and she's a hollering, and she unleashes the portal, and there's flames down there, but you don't really see nobody getting possessed the way you did earlier. And so since Amy could see the future, she knows that because she tried to warn Raquel about Harry, but Raquel would not listen because she was just horny for a guy liking her. And so Amy sacrifices herself because she had a vision of herself falling and dying. Well, she falls down below the balcony, but she doesn't die because she fell on a giant balloon thing. And so because she fell down in there, and I guess Raquel didn't, it closed the portal. So she fell with the bad guy, and the bad guy impales himself in the chest and dies. So that's how the big bad guy died. Just a push off a balcony and he dies. There's no big fight, there's no big battle, there's no nothing, right? Just nothing. And so you think everything's cozy and whatnot, but then all of a sudden Amy's talking to her friend Jack. Now Jack is the guy who works for her at the bowling place, and he's obsessed in love with her. He's her Ducky, he's her Xander. And so he gets super jealous when she starts to date that of Raquel's brother. And it's really awkward how those two started dating because basically he doesn't know about the whole demon stuff. So to throw him off, she makes him horny by grabbing his junk. But then they end up doing it and then start dating and everything. Also, a little side note, hey, her and Raquel are friends, right? And so at the end, she's all why do you care about me so much, blah, blah. She's like, because Raquel, I love you. And then they kiss on the lips. And it's just like, where did this come from? Not only is she dating the brother and everything, but like, yeah, it's just like, where did that come from? Like, I didn't understand that. And so then with Jack, turns out at the party he got possessed by a demon. So he chases her through the woods, and then she has to fight him off. But then this is where the humor comes in that doesn't stick. He's strangling her, but he hears her cell phone going off. He doesn't like the noise of the cell phone, so he answers it for her, but her cell phone is really a taser. And so, like, she has to perform an exorcism to, like, get the demon out of him. In order to do the exorcism, we learned this in the first episode when it came to that of her friend. You have to pee on them, then you have to prick your finger, put blood on their forehead, and say the seance, like, ritual thingy, or the magic spell thing. But yeah, you have to literally pee on a person. I'm just gonna leave it at that. And when the demon comes out of him, she kisses him, like, and then she's like, crap. And he's like, oh, he's like, you do love me, because but like, who does she love? She loves like 3 different people now. But here's the weird thing: when he got the demon out of him, he didn't die like her best friend. So I don't understand that. But anyways, so then they go and they look for more of the people that got possessed at the party, right? And so that's when they whip out their sticks and they're getting ready to fight, and it ends, but they're being watched by somebody. Who are they being watched by? Well, it's Amy's friend who died and everything. I think her name is Susan. And so Susan is who I talked about in the first episode. Basically, is Amy's best friend and roommate. She hit some dude with a car, turned out to be a demon. He possessed her because his body was dying. And so she became a demon and she tried to kill that of Amy. And so, like, they exorcised the demon out of her, but she still died anyways. So they buried her and she came back as a zombie who had to drink blood. And so the bad guys took Susan and they tortured her, not giving her no blood to drink. So then when she tried to, like, well, Amy let her drink her blood, but then she realized, you know what, I can't do this. I'm going to end up hurting you. So she takes one of the bad guys out by falling out of a window. Apparently their body went splat and we never saw her after that. We never even saw the body. We saw one body part, but that was about it. Sorry about that. My camera died. So at the end is her spying on them and everything. And, her neck has been like sewn up and I guess her other body parts. And we see her drinking blood. But it's like, okay, the demon's not in her no more. And when the demon was out, she was still acting nice and everything. So is she evil now or what? And why is she spying on them? And who sold her back up? And how is she back alive? And so things like that is never explained in this show. And that's the problem with this show. It's only 6 episodes. I don't know why European shows are 6 to like 10 episodes, but 6 at the most. You can't flesh out a good story with just 6 episodes because at some point in time, you're gonna rush things. And that's what happens and stuff. Like, this show is very rushed and not a lot is explained. And if it is explained, it's in dialogue and never in flashbacks. So while the premise and the idea of this show is awesome and stuff, it's just not executed like properly, in my opinion. Now, the theme song, and you will hear music throughout the show from Jen Wigmore, I think her name is, from that song Kill of the Night. Oh, that's such a great song. And that's what actually got me liking that singer. I think I only like 2 of her songs, I think. And so, like, yeah. So it's on Netflix. It's interesting. You should check it out. It's pretty funny and everything. But if you're looking for like a Charm, Buffy, Blade type show, you're not gonna get it here. That wasn't that spooky. All right, well, I shall talk to y'all later. Bye.